For more than 10,000 years, the Fens have been a part of the natural landscape of the UK, home to an abundance of life. This film will provide an insight into some of the species that call this place home, taking a journey into the Fen. Fenland is a highly biodiverse habitat, and marsh harriers rule over the reed beds. These birds of prey scan across the reeds with a low-lying flight known as quartering, hunting for small mammals and birds. As spring approaches, mating pairs of marsh harriers will scour their Fenland territory for prey, alongside preparing to raise chicks later on in spring. In the Fens, it pays off to work as a team. One of the most striking features of the Fens are the waterfowl, and the variety is staggering. In spring, one bird stands out above the rest: the great crested grebe. During the mating season, the grebes develop fabulous head plumage and return from their wintering abodes to meet their long-lost partner. Grebe partners must reaffirm their bond through a dance. Grebe courtship only lasts a couple of minutes, but the grebes may repeat the ritual many times a day. The dance first starts with head shaking and feather pruning. Soon after, the grebes begin to separate, starting the final stage of this unusual courtship. Each grebe dives underwater to collect pondweed, and the weed dance finale can then commence. Once the dance is complete, the parents can start building a floating nest for their offspring. Birds are not the only Fenland creatures active during early spring, and on one particularly cloudy day, one energetic mammal is highly active. Brown hares are the fastest land animal in Europe, and an iconic feature of the Fen landscape. At this time of year, the hare mating season begins. Male hares eager to mate run after female hares, with the female testing the male's stamina. However, if a female isn't ready to mate, she will fight off the following male, in a behaviour known as boxing. As summer arrives, the fens change and transform into a green wonderland. Dragonflies are a common sight during summer, with over half of UK dragonfly species inhabiting the fens. Damselflies also inhabit this landscape, and are the smaller cousins of the dragonfly, with thinner bodies and non-touching eyes at the top of the head. Dragonflies like the common darter are voracious predators, which ambush small flying insects, and are the most successful predator in the animal kingdom, with a 97% success rate whilst hunting. For thousands of years, species have lived in harmony with the fens. However, less than 1% of Fenland habitat still exists today, primarily due to human activities. This fragile habitat is threatened by agricultural runoff, water extraction, and climate change. Not only does this habitat support a wide range of fauna and flora, but the fens are an important carbon sink and can regulate local flooding. The loss of this wilderness will have catastrophic impacts on both wildlife and humans. But hope isn't lost for the fens. At Kingfisher Bridge Nature Reserve near Ely, work is being done to restore the fen landscape through the introduction of conic ponies and Asian water buffalo. These large grazers nip and tear at vegetation, managing the natural landscape even in the wettest areas, and helping to maintain the characteristic grasslands and wetlands found in the fens. This in turn creates a variety of habitats, boosting biodiversity and supporting species. Now, it's up to us to protect this wilderness for future generations.